We are back for the third and final part of my 1,000-calorie diet full day of eating. Today is day 11 out of 12, and I wanted to go with you another range of meals that are different, that you could utilize, that are low calorie, voluminous, and will help you on your way to your weight loss goals. From the very first episode of this series, I have been telling you that it's very important to make the fastest possible meal so you could be in and out of the kitchen, because if you're like myself, the longer you stay in the kitchen, the higher chance you have to snack on stuff and have those calories just go right up. And when you have 1,000 calories, you don't have much wiggle room. For today's breakfast, you're either gonna call me incredibly stupid, I already knew that, who cares? Or you're gonna be like, wow, that's a good idea. I could implement that into the future when I need something in a hurry and I gotta go. It is extremely important to get protein in at every meal, and this is just a really easy way to do so with no cooking, essentially no prep work, and you're done in and out of the kitchen within 5 minutes. Beside me, I have 3 Greek yogurts that are flavored, 2 that are Light and Fit Danones that I already know I love, and 1 Too Good that I have never had before, and I'm going to try for you here today to let you know whether it's good or not. Then I have some freshly rinsed strawberries, and I'm gonna weigh out 250 grams here. And I'm just gonna cut these strawberries into different sizes. As long as they're into bite-sized chunks, it doesn't really matter to me. You might be wondering if you have to use strawberries, and the answer is no, you can use any fruit. I'm gonna be mixing cherry with strawberries, banana with strawberries, and mixed berry with strawberries. The thing I love about strawberries, especially right now, is they're in season, so they're like 99 cents a pound almost anywhere I go. And per 100 grams, it's only like 30 or 35 calories. So you get a lot of volume for a low amount of calories. Some other fruits that are pretty low in calories for the amount of volume you get are pretty much any berry, raspberries, blueberries, cantaloupe, watermelon, pretty much all of the melons too. The great thing about the berries though is most of them have a ton of fiber in them, which also helps you feel full. Now first things first, and we have to try this mixed berry. I tried the lemon one yesterday. I was super excited and it wasn't very good. I had to add more sweetener to it, and even then it just wasn't very good at all. So let's try this one. They just don't put enough sweetener in them, and they're too sour. I know Christian Guzman likes these. He said they're not as good as these, which I agree, but I don't even like these. I wouldn't buy these again. Too Good is not too good. Not good at all. So I'm gonna mix these with the strawberries. I wouldn't recommend Too Good. I would highly recommend my favorites out of the Light and Fits are the banana cream and the cherry. And for this meal, we have 320 calories, 38 protein, 39 carb, and 3 fat. This came together super quickly. You can already pre-cut these strawberries and grab and go if you have to go to work in the morning. But this is nice because I can get right to the client plan that I have to go write, and I could eat this while I'm typing and writing the plan. Or I can edit a video while I'm doing this, and this took very little time out of the start of my day, and the first like 8 hours of my day is when I'm the most productive. I will see you for the next meal. First things first, to make sure I get my micronutrients in, I am going to slam my greens with one of these packs of Skittles. And then we're gonna rinse this thing out, and we are going to make a protein shake. For those of you that have watched the first 2 full days of eatings, you'll be wondering, why protein shake every time? It's easy and it makes a good habit for me, which habits create adherence. If you notice, when you start to get into the habit of going to the gym, it's second nature. However, if you haven't been to the gym in a while, just going once is extremely hard, let alone trying to go 5 times that first week back, especially being sore, etc. Doing this, it's made it really easy for me to get a meal in, to get my protein in, and again, when I'm away from the house drinking this, there's no food around, and by the time I'm home, I'm not hungry at all anymore. We're gonna go with our typical 1.5 scoops of cookies and cream PE Science, code E4CM for 10% off, and then about 6 ice cubes, so this is still semi-cold by the time I'm done with my workout. Last but not least, we have our pre-workout, and as we've done pretty much this whole 2 weeks, we're gonna go with a scoop of Mode and a scoop of nitric. And we will talk when we get to the gym. There's something important that I want to talk about.
Just got to the gym, about to drink my pre, and I've really been liking these pre-workout talks with you guys. And today is an especially important one. Everything has been going perfectly, or at least damn near perfectly, for this 1,000 calorie a day diet. Until last night. Some of you are gonna think I'm crazy, and some of you are gonna be like, wow, I've suffered through that as well, and I had no idea that other people did. I ate 1,000 calories yesterday. I got ready for bed, put my Invisalign in, brushed my teeth, did all that stuff, good to go. I got into bed and I usually watch a YouTube video or two. In this case, I was looking for more motivation to just stay on my diet, so I was watching a video by Renaissance Periodization. If you know anything about them, they have like a bunch of videos that are 20 to like 40 minutes typically. So while I was watching it, I was falling asleep. The problem I've had in the past, and this is dieting, not dieting before I was even really into fitness, is I will wake up when something's on, whether that be the TV or a computer and it's making noise, and I will mindlessly go to the pantry or the fridge and I'll eat stuff. And before I know it, I've eaten 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 calories worth of stuff. And it happens so quick, and by the time I realize it and stop myself, I'm screwed, essentially. For these last couple fat loss sprints, I have purposely put my laptop away as soon as I'm starting to get tired enough to the point where I know I could fall asleep. However, last night I did not do that. I really wanted to watch the video, and to my dismay and me knowing myself, I woke up, I went to the pantry, and the only thing I really have in my house right now are these Snickers protein bars that I've absolutely been loving. I've bought 2 more boxes after I got the first 2 boxes, and I think they're absolutely delicious. Well, long story short, I ended up eating 4 of those protein bars like that. That equates to about 900 calories. So I debated, what do I do? Do I try to do some cardio to make up to it? Do I eat less the next day? I've come to the conclusion that I've put enough work in on this diet that if I lose an extra, or if I lose a quarter pound or a third of a pound less, that's okay. It's not worth it for me at this point to just eat half my calories and walk for an extra half an hour or hour. I think it's important for you guys to know that you're not alone. Each of us has our own unique quirks or whatever that have you do things that you don't want to do, and one of mine is waking up in the middle of the night and eating. It's happened less and less over time, and I pretty much know how to not have it happen at all. However, it is what it is. Enjoy the journey, even if there's a few road bumps. For the amount of progress and the amount of things that I've been able to do through this last 2 weeks, I'm really happy with my results overall. And you can't just look at the one negative and think you just messed everything up. I wanted to be vulnerable. I always want to be honest with you guys. This isn't going perfectly now, but besides me waking up in the middle of the night, this has really gone way better than expected. To be honest, at this point, I'm thinking about not doing a 2-week long 1,000 calorie plan, but the next fat loss sprint, I'm thinking of doing stair steps. 1,000 calories 1 week, 1,500 the next week, and then like 1,800 or 2,000 the next week. That way, as I get progressively more hungry, I'm allowed progressively more food, and I think that would work out really well. I've never done it on a week-to-week basis like that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. But I really enjoyed this process a lot more than I thought I would, and it's actually got me more creative in the kitchen because I've had to create lower calorie stuff, and it's not just junk volume. We're talking vegetables, fruits, whole foods. So it's really been a worthwhile process for me, and after this next diet break, I'm kind of excited to do this again. As weird as that sounds. I'll see you guys after the workout. All right, that was the first workout that kinda sucked. Now, everyone has a bad day, but it could also be my body telling me like, hey bro, you need to eat some more calories. And that makes me happy because it's day 11 out of 12 and I only have 1 more workout tomorrow. I'll definitely know tomorrow if I have another really tiring and difficult workout, but I definitely think my body is starting to tell me like, hey man, it's been 11 days, where are the calories at? And it definitely didn't help that this was my longest workout workout of the week. It's 23 sets. It's shoulders, chest, and triceps, which I purposely make long because I love doing chest, triceps, and shoulders. But today was just not the day. I was able to do a little bit of posing afterwards in the locker room, and I could only see on the small screen what it looks like, but I'm looking like I'm getting pretty sharp, and until today, the strength numbers have stayed the same. So I'm very excited to see what it looks like once I reach my final form in 2 days. And so people can compare and see, did he really lose any muscle or not? Because I don't think this diet is for everybody, but I definitely think there are certain people that could benefit greatly from doing fat loss sprints. It doesn't have to be 1,000 calories per day, but I do think that this is a very useful tool in your tool belt for when you need it. Cardio started out pretty difficult today too, but like, it's so important to have not only internal motivation, but external motivation. And right now, between Christian Guzman doing a prep and he's only days out, and then Vitruvian Physique Igor doing a prep as well, it has me so motivated. So if you're really trying to cut weight, you should probably watch other people that are currently cutting weight, or even if you have to go back through some of their old shredding series, if that's even a word, or any of their prior preps that they've done. I think that that could be very beneficial to you, because for me, when my motivation isn't really high, they give me the willpower to say, fuck that. I can cut weight. You know, he could do a prep and get to, 5, 6, 7% body fat. At my body fat percentage, I could certainly do this. So it's definitely important to have external motivators. Right now, what's also motivating me is going to eat dinner. So I'm gonna get back home and we're gonna get started.
All right, I very, very badly need to take a shower, but potatoes take about 45 minutes to an hour in the air fryer to fully cook through. So we're gonna get that started, and it's as simple as I washed off my potato, you wrap it in foil, set this to 400 degrees. I'm gonna do 50 minutes, and we'll throw it in there. Tonight we are making a loaded baked potato with a side of broccoli with some sauce on it. We're gonna try all this stuff out. This is my first time making any of this stuff, and I love my loaded baked potatoes, but there's only enough calories for one. Usually it's like 3 or 4, but potatoes are the most satiating food that there is out there. It's like top 3 for sure, at least from the science that I looked at, that I remember. And I would have to agree, from eating tens of bags of the 10-pound potatoes. So I'll be back in a little bit. We're gonna have some potatoes, we're gonna have some broccoli, we're gonna get real full, and we will enjoy this last meal together and the last full day of eating on this 1,000-calorie fat loss sprint. All right, there's 15 minutes left on the potatoes. Now we have to make our vegetables. I wanted to try the broccoli, so for that, I have this double broiler, which is cool because the water comes up to about here, but this thing only goes into about here. So once this starts like simmering / boiling, I'm going to put 250 grams of broccoli head in. I'm gonna cut this right now, and it's going to simmer for about 5 to 6 minutes, and hopefully everything is done together, but I will see you soon. So I already prepped the dinner because I had to take a thumbnail, but I will explain to you exactly what I did. The broccoli and the potato lined up perfectly. I cut the potato in half and I added some salt. Then that beef steak that I used for the Chipotle bowl that I made in the last episode, that was so good. Definitely needed to use it on here, but I had some extra. So on top of the broccoli, I added some of that beef steak, and then I also had some extra fat-free cheese that couldn't fit on just one potato, so I added it on top of here as well. Then we have some 0% fat Greek yogurt, and then on the tippy top, we have the Chipotle Tabasco. I'm gonna be using this on everything. I haven't bought this in a while, and I've been absolutely loving it. As far as the broccoli, the only other thing I haven't mentioned is the teriyaki sauce. Sugar-free G. Hughes, just picked this up. For 5 calories, for 15 grams, pretty damn good. And from what I understand, the broccoli was steamed perfectly. Mind you guys, I didn't really plan this. I knew what I had and I used what I had. So think about what you got in your kitchen, get creative, and come up with this, because I guarantee this is about to be real good. We'll take a bite right now. I've missed potatoes. I cannot wait to have more calories to start putting them right back into my diet. There's a little bit of that teriyaki sauce on the skin of the potato. The skin itself was a little bit crispy from the air fryer. I love doing my baked potatoes in the air fryer. And then the combination of the sour cream with the chipotle, with the cheese, with the steak, absolute gas. I'm gonna enjoy the shit out of this. Let's get a piece of broccoli with cheese and steak. This is like a low rent version of beef and broccoli. Way less calories, super easy. Actual prep time probably took me 15 minutes total. All I had to do was put the potato in aluminum foil, put broccoli and steam it, and then add the toppings on after I was done. And when you hear the macros, you will not believe it. So for this entire thing, we have 503 calories, 51 protein, 63 carb, and 6 fat. For the day, we have 1,002 calories, 124 protein, 106 carbs, 12 fat, and that's like, I think the lowest fat day I've had. But keep in mind, only one more day of this and then my fat goes right back up. So yes, it's low right now, but all this is gonna come back up very soon. And you better believe the next video that I do about this is going to be the final results and everything that I did, not just the food. And if you haven't checked out the prior videos that I've done for my full days of eating, they're all different meals. I highly recommend you check them out. And until next time, deuces.